down to the beach to enjoy a little bit of the morning sunrise. And now we're going to talk a lot about unconventional leadership and how sometimes the tide comes up and you weren't expecting and you got to move out of the way. And what that's referring to is the fact that as unconventional leaders, we can sometimes ask a lot of people. Actually, we will ask a lot of people. And in that process, some things might get broken. And some feelings might get hurt. And honestly, we might tread on some people's toes in ways we are not proud of, and that we would definitely, was never our intention. And one of the things I find with unconventional leaders is you may not notice it, but your staff is trying to hint to you that their feelings got hurt, that they're frustrated about maybe the speed that things are moving, and they're having to run from your incoming tide some of the time to get out of what feels like to them harm's way. And so the thing that I think is really important to note about that is that is part of what being unconventional, being a leader, guiding people through change, it's gonna happen. Your goal is to mitigate it. Your goal is to make it as minimal as possible. And I would also tell you, your goal is to clean it up when it happens. And far too often, I wind up talking to clients about cleaning up messes, cleaning up small things that grew into much larger things, that if they had just apologized, they had just taken the time to say, this was never meant to feel that way for you. You weren't meant to experience it that way. And I get that that's how you experienced it. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being loyal. Thank you for working so hard for this company, so hard for what we're working to make happen. Simple conversations like that can be 100% game changing. And Brené Brown talks about it all the time. Clear is kind, unclear is unkind. Nobody wants to be guessing what's happening next. Nobody wants to be feeling like you didn't recognize that your actions had reactions, and those reactions got on them. They had to make additional decisions based on that. Nobody wants that without some acknowledgement. That's all it requires, a little bit of acknowledgement. So that's my encouragement this week. That's what I'm talking about in my blog. How do we acknowledge that while we were pushing, while we were building, while we were growing things to help our clients, to serve the people we're looking to make a difference in, a few toes definitely got stepped on and a few people's feelings definitely got hurt. And that was never the intention. And so just learning to take those steps, those small steps, the sooner, what I will give you a hint on, the sooner the better. If you have great staff that support you, if they can also help you identify some of those moments and catch them sooner, that's really clear. And like I said, the sooner the better in the fact that you clean up those small things sooner than later, and it grants you the ability to keep moving forward a lot faster. And the circumstance does not require a major overhaul and an extreme apology. And hopefully you won't lose great staff members because they feel underappreciated and undervalued, because nobody wants that. Great people are hard to find. You want to keep the best people that you have, and you definitely are going to have to acknowledge that sometimes you break a few eggs when you're in there building and growing things, because sometimes the tide comes up and we have to get out of the way. Sometimes as we're building and growing, our tide has gotten all over our employees and our staff and our family, and sometimes we stepped on toes, and sometimes we got people dirty, and sometimes, like a lot of these shells here, we broke a few things along the way. And we definitely, hopefully it wasn't major, and we just need to apologize. So if you're an unconventional leader and you need to work on how you apologize, how you clean things up, I have some great steps to help you out. I'm Joy Gina, unconventional leadership coach, international neurodiversity coach, and champion for the builder and the creator in you.